Hey everyone, my name is Andrew, and I'm one of two interns here at Unstoppable Domains. I'm working under the marketing department, and I haven't been here too long. I've been here for a month. So I welcome all of you to my Unstoppable story, and I hope you enjoy it. The reason why I joined Unstoppable Domains or UD was because I wanted to work for a tech company, but not any tech company. I wanted to work for a company that was making a change, that was challenging themselves as they pushed on. In addition, my good friend of mine, Saji Reyes, was giving a chat at my university. And when she described what she did at Unstoppable Domains and the blockchain space, she was so not only motivational and inspiring, but she was passionate about what she was doing. And I saw that happiness and glimmer in her eyes. And I just wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of a team that continued to challenge themselves, the space they're in. They're trying to push the frontiers of technology in their own industry. And I think those are core principal things that one has to search for in terms of what they're going to be doing for work. It all started in 2014 when I dived into what was then the deep web and the dark web and all those stories and fantasies of the spooky stuff under the regular internet. But it wasn't until I heard the story of a man who bought pizza with Bitcoin. And that's when I realized that the online currency wasn't just something that people exchanged during shady stuff, but it was something that could have the potential of exchanging an online currency for actual physical assets and valuables that are tangible. And then we fast forward to 2019, beginning of 2020 during the pandemic, and Bitcoin is booming and Ethereum is also going up. And this is the time that I want to invest. And I'm watching all these YouTubers and people who are speaking about these, blockchain, smart contracts, crypto, and why they're going up, and looking at all these different things. And that's what really pushed me to find out more about the space, the field, and the industry, and want to be a part of it in the future. And thankfully, that was the opportunity that came in front of me, and here I am. One of the aspects that interests me the most is the financial sector when it comes to blockchain technology. Not only because it's pushing what banks do and what a decentralized financial system looks like, but it gives power back to the consumer. It gives power back to those who have been most affected by the institutions. And in addition, it just allows more people to have more control of their assets, of their finances, and being able to transfer them from one, let's say, country to the other without really dealing with the fees and transaction costs that normally would be in place if you're transferring through a regular bank or a regular monetary system. I'm fairly new at this whole blockchain crypto technology field. But what I did in the beginning to really understand what we're talking about was, and shameless plug here, watch our podcasts, read the blogs, read and watch all you can about what is in this space. I continued watching YouTube videos. I started researching, looking at articles, blogs. I looked at news posts. And the more I dived in, the more questions I had. And the more I looked up more YouTube videos and more I Googled my questions and tried to find keywords and examples to try to understand what I was really getting myself into. But I think that's the key thing. It's asking questions and then finding ways to word it so you can find answers online. Thanks to the internet, we have so many answers to almost every single question you have. So it's really a beautiful time to be alive. Again, I'm fairly new at this space, but I've been following Vitalik. It's amazing how he's 23, I think, or 24 at this time of this recording. And he's been invited to Russia. He's been having conversations with central banks, decentralized or DeFi influencers, and others in that space. He's really setting up this whole network that we're building apps and other applications upon. And it's amazing to think that that man, that well, at this point, that kid, because he's so young, is doing all this, and he seems so nonchalant about it. It's amazing. We have, then I also follow Meet Kevin. Then I have Andre Jeek. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but these two figures are two of the people I follow in terms of investments. I like the way they break down information and how they inform the viewer. I also follow, I think it's called CoinDesk. It's one of the sites that I go for blockchain news or related NFT maybe news on a weekly basis. There's also a lot of Reddit subreddits that I go to. I don't know the names. I just type cryptocurrency or my question and something related to it. So really it's just diving in and just asking questions, finding people, and you follow one person on Twitter, they'll lead you to another person, and so on and so forth. You'll find about DAOs, you'll find about dApps, so many topics that you probably don't know if you're starting out. But the more you go through all these influencers and different people, the more you'll know about this space and the industry as a whole. The way I see it is that not only do domains, crypto domains or blockchain domains allow you to ease the way of payments, kind of like Venmo, without the long string of coding or the long numbers. But in addition, I think it also gives you this unique identifier that allows you to now, sign in to other websites in the future, to maybe even more accounts, maybe to other video games or other sites as well. But at the same time, it is this NFT that allows you to have this as your asset, your property. And I think that's really important. And as years go down and this technology becomes more mature, I think there will be more uses for it as a unique identifier as well. I would say one of the most amazing things that I've learned that may be very common knowledge or very simple to more advanced individuals in this space are NFTs. It amazes me how an NFT may be a non-fungible token and it's seen as an asset for a painting, but it's also an asset for blockchain domains. It could also be a time capsule. It could be divided into more fractions. You sell it and you could put a more complex smart contract and the original owner gets a percentage of the sale. It just amazes me how much you can do with an NFT, but that's just one thing within the blockchain ecosystem. So I haven't really dived into others, but I can't just, it must be amazing to dive into all these different topics and really go in fully, deep in and learn what they're capable of and what they will be capable of doing in the next 3 to 5 years. As I previously discussed, I think the most important thing is write down your questions or understand what you're not understanding. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but as you're watching a video of, let's say, what is a blockchain, a lot of things are going to come into play, a lot of complex terminology. Write it down or look it up. Try to understand what these words mean and how they apply to the context of what people are talking about when they refer to those terminologies and keywords. From there, I suggest you learn more about other themes and topics. There's decentralized apps or dApps, there's DAOs, there's NFTs, there's regular blockchain, the technology as a whole. There's different cryptocurrencies, there's financial aspect of the whole ecosystem. There's DeFi, which is a part of that. And just going into all of these, looking it up, searching, watching YouTube videos, and just have that thirst of curiosity to continue to ask more questions is what is really going to give you the leg up in terms of learning and understanding what is going around in this ecosystem. So that's the end of my Unstoppable story. I thank you so much for coming here and watching this video and sharing some time with me. I'm new to the space, so I'm very excited to have you, and I wish you the very best. Thanks for staying with Unstoppable Domains, and I hope you keep watching. All right, see you guys.